Views expressed here are not supported by and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised. You are now tuned into Sex, Love, and Alcohol, hosted by Crissy and Dutch, where we talk about, educate, and debate everything there is to know and learn about sex, love, and alcohol. So if you can relate, let's debate. Be sure to follow and subscribe to the Evening Rush Network on YouTube, and tune in with us each and every Friday at 9 p.m. to Sex, Love, and Alcohol, powered by the Evening Rush Network.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Crissy and my boy Dutch, the host of Sex, Love, and Alcohol. And we are here today with a special episode, Sex, Whiskey, and Cigars. Okay, we talking about cigar talk today, baby. We have some lifestyle cigar smokers in the building.
Yo, what's good, fellas? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Got some lifestyle. We got my boy Inf in the building. Inf, say what up.
How y'all doing?
Lord. We got Rue in the building. Say what up.
What's the word?
And
Wild light skin is you, man. I like that. What's the word?
here we go.
Got the hands
Yeah,
going
we starting
up.
already. We starting
Welcome
already.
to the party. I like
Listen, this
Starting
show.
already.
that. I do something better than the boy. That's my boy.
And of course, you know, we got my co-host in here, Dutch.
Yo, what's good? What's good? How y'all
Yes.
doing this week?
So, you know, we're going to get into a little cigar talk. You know, we're live today at the Smoke and Leaf Cigar Lounge located in Queens. You know, they are accepting members. So if you ever want to come down and find a new home, if you're about that cigar life, you know, come down and speak to the owner. They're located at 188-47A Jordan Avenue in St. Albans, Queens. So be more than welcome to come out and join their cigar lounge. You can come visit, you know, but if you're not a member, there is a fee. It isn't free. So, but yes, thank you guys for allowing us to broadcast live. And if you do want to come and see our show live, we're actually going to be here for another hour, maybe an hour and a half. And you can always pop in and see the show live, interact with us, be part of the audience as well. And all you guys that's watching live on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, Pandora, we appreciate you guys and enjoy the show. So,
Hey, what's going on?
thank you guys. Thank you, Em. Thank you, Rue, for joining me today.
That's the problem.
I appreciate you guys
Let's get into
open heartedly. I appreciate you
Let's
guys.
get into the cigar smoke. Let's get into cigar talk, man. Let's talk about it.
All right. So,
What's the segment?
sex, whiskey, and cigars.
That's the best thing in the
Sex,
world.
whiskey, and cigars.
Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that.
So, we're going to get into cigar talk. So, at the end of the day, I want to know, like, how did you guys get into like cigars? Like, what made you guys want to get into this lifestyle? Did you guys start just as like a hobby or just recreation, hanging out, just do it like socially with your friends? Or is this something that you guys came into? How did you guys come into being like a part of a lifestyle as like an all day, every day, 24 hours
Yeah,
a
what
day?
got y'all into it, man?
I mean, for me, it started off with one smoke, something mild. My big bros, Ahmed and Big Steve, they turned me on to it.
How long
And
ago?
This was damn. I went to Mexico in 2000. And,
I was 23.
You started
wow,
smoking
when I
at
said 2000?
Nah, I was.
In 2012.
It's around the same
So
time. Around the
that
same
means
time.
I started in 2011.
So you've been smoking for about 10, what years? It's about 10 years.
years
About
now.
10, 11 years now.
Yeah.
Like I started with mild cigars, moved up to mild to medium. Then from there, I just went straight full body.
And what is full
Dark
body?
and peppery. It's a dark leather earth peppery smoke. That's what I like. My man over here, he used to like that. He don't like that no more.
Now, when you say mild cigars, pardon
Something
my
light.
naiveness.
Anybody got something light in here?
You're not talking about black and miles or nothing like that, right?
Well,
All
black
right.
and mild.
I'm just asking. You say
Oh,
mild
yeah,
cigars.
that
I'm
is
just like
disrespectful
listen.
right here.
I'm just
Jesus.
asking. Listen. I gotta ask
That
questions.
is
Right?
not a cigar.
We gotta ask questions. All right? I never smoked them before.
Still take the paper out?
I
You never smoked
I
those?
never smoked them. I never
That
smoked
ain't no
them.
cigar.
Never smoked a black and
no
mild.
cigar.
Never smoked a cigar. So unless back in the day when we smoked Dutchess, but besides
You
that,
put something in there.
yeah,
though.
you putting something in
You're
it.
not putting nothing in this.
Yeah.
You're not wasting this.
So basically, you've been smoking for the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Almost
Put it
think-
together.
Nah.
I was know this guy.
Lord.
But
No.
My
at the same
situation,
time,
I was at one of our functions. Well, she's premises function, and my big bro Steve took my burger out of my hand and ate it. Never
Mm-mm.
knew. I didn't know it from a hole in the wall. Instead of him giving me another burger, he threw me a cigar. Like, yo, smoke this. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He was like, smoke this. I was like, fucking cigar.
That's
Smoke
crazy.
cigars. And ever since then, it just kept going.
So you didn't know how to smoke it enough for yourself. Did
Nah,
you
not at
inhale
that
it or
time.
anything?
Not actually. Yeah, I probably messed up a few times inhaling it. I remember one time I threw up over smoking a dark cigar. In the very beginning.
Got him.
Because that's the
I
thing.
remember
From
it was a little
from what I
glorious,
hear, it's like you can't with cigar smoking is different than regular smoking. Cigars, you don't
You inhale
listen.
cigarettes.
You don't inhale.
You
Am I
inhale
saying that
weed.
right?
No, you don't
inhale
inhale.
cigarettes.
You can
inhale weed.
retrohale, but you don't
You do
inhale.
not inhale cigars.
But you inhale
Retrohale.
cigarettes and weed and all that stuff, but you don't inhale cigars.
You're not supposed to inhale
I'm a heavy
cigars
weed smoker,
or-
so I'm used to that taking and smoking and
Yeah, you
Take
try
this
that
down
with
if you
that,
want to. You're gonna be in the bathroom with your guts in the toilet.
see. I know from people telling me, so I that's why I would never do it. But that's crazy.
So like, all right. So since you said you started out by him just basically kind of forcing you to smoke a cigar, what would you recommend for like beginnings, people that's starting out smoking cigars? Like, what would be like a cigar for a beginner?
Unfortunately, I started out stupid. That was a Gurkha. So
What's a Gurkha?
Gurkha is something that you should not smoke at all. It's the worst. I think everybody started out on a Gurkha.
Nah, I started on the Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, I had one of those later on down the line. I started smoking those. Not even.
I look at those with disgust now.
very much.
So basically you would say like, now you don't like those, but in the beginning when you started, those would y'all go to.
Yeah, I just.
So
I just kept
Romeo and
trying.
Juliet, Gurkhas. Am I saying this right?
That's a beginner
I mean, no, it's not a beginner.
Oh,
cigar. It was just something that it was a hype cigar, and he was like, "Oh, I'm smoking a Gurkha." Gurkha was like the money, or it had the name to it, so you went out and bought a Gurkha. Wrong thing to do. For myself, it was the wrong thing to do. Plus, my palate wasn't even there at that point, anyways. So whatever I was smoking, I really didn't know what I was getting out of it.
Got you. So when you smoke a cigar, you looking for the taste of it, or is it a
Nuance, taste, flavors. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, depending
Mix it
on
with a little whiskey or bourbon, you catch a little buzz.
I never put a buzz.
I was going to ask that. Do you get a buzz off of smoke? I was going to ask that. Do you get a buzz? Is it a
I don't
mental
know about
thing?
nobody else, but it does it for me.
You can get a nicotine high depending on the cigar. I changed myself from doing too much full body because it started to burn my palate. So I wouldn't have the same flavor taste that I would have because I was smoking more harsher cigars.
So you can't. I'm still trying to get an understanding because I'm not a cigar like head or whatever smoker. I'm not like into the lifestyle, but it's like, so it's not good to switch up cigars. Like once you start smoking, it's kind of good to kind of stay with the same kind.
No,
Switch up all you want.
always, yeah.
Always try something.
It's
different.
just like food. You always
You gotta see what you like.
So it goes by the mood.
For me, it goes by the mood. Definitely now it goes by my mood.
I mean, we
On
did
how
the
I
flavors one time too.
Yeah,
We don't
definitely.
even do that anymore. I ran flavor.
Accidentally done some Javas.
So
Facts.
let's go through some.
Couple of
Let's go
acids.
through some different types of cigars.
Yeah.
Like so.
Nothing to ask
You
you.
can go to hell for that.
What's
So
the
my
acid?
Gurkha
What's the
is
acid?
Acid is not. Acid is a Drew Estate cigar. It's made by Drew Estate, rolled by Drew Estate. It's just a flavored cigar. So you have your Cuba Cubas. There's different flavors that's out there. Some people like them. I'm just not a flavored cigar person. But for beginners, flavor is not bad for you because it helps you get into it.
That's like them smoking hookah, in a way.
I mean, if
I've
you
never
smoke
even
non-flavored
I've never even
hookah,
smoked
that's
hookah
scary.
before.
Smoking charcoal.
Lord.
That's nasty.
So you got flavored cigars. You have, let me say, mild, medium, full body cigars. And then from my understanding, we got, let me see, because I was trying to do my research here. Hold on. You got the shorts, like what are those short cigars called?
Enough.
Like
That's what
these?
They're different, like, I don't know how to explain.
Oh, size wise.
Yes. There's short ones, there's, I don't know the names.
Robustos, Perfectos.
It's the brand that basically.
Nah, because
It's probably nubs.
it's
gotta
a
be
couple of
enough.
different
Because
cigars. I
I've
know
seen
some-
different
you're talking
cigars.
about
Some are
cigars
short,
like this.
some are short and thick.
Different brands have different sizes.
Short and
cigars.
thick,
Okay.
But if you want to go with the major brand, it's Nub.
Okay,
Nub makes nubs.
okay, got you.
Arturo Fuente makes what's it? The
Short stories.
Short story.
Work of arts. Bestsellers. Those
Those
are all
are
short
short.
smokes.
Kentucky Fire Cure. They got a short one.
That's nasty.
The barbecue.
You know, I was never. That's
Jesus
disgusting. That's a flavor cigar. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Talking shit.
Listen, I can't tell you the last time I smoked a Kentucky Firewood.
That's
Whatever
your
it is, the
problem.
blue wax.
So what's your go-to? What's your favorite?
Me?
All right.
Change.
After work, I gotta do scenarios because listen, after work, trying to wind down, what's your go-to cigar?
Lately, it's been the Tabernacle of Fantasy.
Is that medium? Mild?
That's a full.
That's a medium full.
Spicy, got a little pepper kick to it. That's been my shit lately. Like that's been my go-to.
My go-to is always gonna be a Fuente. Arturo Fuente. That's
a full body.
That's all it depends on what you're smoking. Whether you get a natural leaf such as this, or you get something that's a dark leaf, which is Maduro. So like the work of art bestsellers, some of the Don Carlos's, they have different leaves. The BBMFs have your natural, you have your Maduro leaf. So it all depends on which one. But I'm a Fuente fanatic all the way through.
How much does a good cigar cost?
Yeah. For my birthday, I done paid $100 for a stick. And that was BBMF by, and it's really not even supposed to be that much, but I paid $100 because I wanted it.
I ain't gonna lie, for somebody's birthday, I damn sure reached out to a known cigar connoisseur. And I was like, listen, I just want him to have some really nice cigars. I don't care the price, but make sure it's the good shit. I ended up spending almost $500-$600 on about 4 damn fucking cigars.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it costs a couple of dollars to play this sport.
This is kind of a rip-off cigar. Because like he said, he got a spot that you can get this for 19, but if you catch the right store, somebody's trying to upcharge you for 30.
It's because it was the hype behind it. It became #1 cigar in 2019. So being at the hype was behind it, they inflated the prices just like anything else.
Okay.
So
Got you.
They do the same thing with whiskey.
Now how
So-
long?
okay.
But how long would that cigar last you?
It depends on you, but the cigar itself can be anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours. But if you constantly putting it down, picking it up, constantly putting, or if
This
you're
going to be
back-to-back,
about an hour and a half.
if you're a back-to-back,
I almost came with the 2-hour one, but then I had to bring one for my man over there. You know how that goes.
so, all right. You're drinking, I say you're drinking, you're smoking this right now. What would you pair? What are you drinking now with this?
I am drinking Growing Cold Irish whiskey.
So, do you switch up your drinks with the cigars?
I switch up my drink.
Or are you just a strictly whiskey drinker? Or do you pair?
I drink Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, Japanese whiskey, and bourbon.
And you drink all those different ones depending on which cigar you're smoking.
Depends on my mood and what I want to drink. Some people pair their cigars.
But doesn't alcohol, like, talking about palate wise, doesn't like the taste of the alcohol kind of interfere with the taste of the cigar?
Of course.
Sometimes. Not all the time, though.
Of course, it's two different things that's on your palate.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
do some people actually like say, okay,
Oh,
if you have a full body cigar, like,
that's it.
would you have like a strong? Well, all drinks are strong, but like, what was the preferred drink to like say like a full body cigar, knowing that it's so strong?
I got a lot on my mind.
But you do bourbon.
Yeah, I do
mostly
whiskey,
bourbon.
so I do bourbon and rye. Like this is a rye that I'm drinking right now. This
What's
is
the name of that right there?
This is Stellum. This
Okay.
is a store pick. This is a single rye. This is about 116 proof. Most of my stuff is high proof. So this is high proof.
116.
This guy right here is 121 proof. I have things that's
And what is that?
This is your larceny. This is a allocated bourbon. This is a barrel proof. This is B521s. Every year they come out with 2 to 3 batches.
Nice.
So
Just in case you're wondering, my guy over there likes to
collect.
and sell bottles. So, and
My
bourbon
kind
is
of
his
guy.
thing.
My kind of guy. My kind of guy. We in here.
Second part I ain't gonna put in there.
We can
but,
talk after.
Sometimes it interferes with things. But yeah, I definitely resell. So
Got you.
I hunt for bourbon, things that I want. I got bottles that cost anywhere from $200 to $1,000 a bottle. I would never pay that price for it. The actual going price is probably anywhere from $80 to $160 a bottle. So, and they just upsell it. The market is crazy, so why not get into it? Make the money off of it.
There you go.
Nice.
Why not?
Nice. Okay, so I see a lot of females. We don't have any females here who really like smoke cigars, but like I know I've noticed. I don't want to say it's due to pandemic, but I have been seeing a lot of females dibbling dabbing in the cigar lifestyle. And I actually been seeing a lot more females than men smoking cigars lately.
I'm not gonna say that it's because of the pandemic. I'm gonna say you
like
just
that.
never really noticed it.
Yeah, it's been like that.
But women have been smoking cigars for quite some time.
Yeah, but now it's more. Like you see them more frequently. Like you see them a lot more out. I have been out to a lot of places where I see more females.
I've noticed
smoking
seeing it
than-
more in public.
Well,
I've noticed it more in
It
public.
depends on your area. So in the South or anywhere from
At the Midwest.
Yeah, in the Midwest, like you have the BTOL, Brothers of the Leaf. You have Sisters of the Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sisters out there.
I heard that too.
There's sister cigar lounges. You know, they're out there. So it's a lot of them. In New York, we see them. We see a lot of them, especially if you go to certain places and events.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna catch them more at events than what you
definitely
do sitting at a lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Because the lounge is like the man cave. At the end of the day, that's what you want to do. You want to sit down. You want to smoke. My cigar for me is my reward for getting through the day.
Okay.
So I get through my day. Still got my job. My son is good. I'm rewarded. With a cigar.
I was going to ask that. Is it so? It's one cigar a day for you? You said it's your reward for getting through the day. So I'm that's what I'm asking.
I was gonna ask, what's your cigar? What's your number for the day? Like, what's your?
At one point, it was like 5 to 6.
I do 2 or 3.
Tone, my boy Tone to tell you,
I do 2 or 3.
it was like 5, 6, 7 a day. Right now, I cut it down to probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
Early in the morning.
You 2 or 3?
We
Early in the
sit
morning
there,
on the
we
way to
smoking,
work.
we playing dominoes. I'm taking my
On the way to
in
the
corner
way.
ass.
So you're going to finish that one on the way to work?
Yeah.
You're still there.
Okay.
I'm gonna clock in.
Drinking, smoking, eating.
Me going on my way to one of my depots. I'm smoking a cigar. As soon as I'm done and it's time to go back to my depot and go clock out, I'm smoking a cigar. By the time I'm home, I'm finished that cigar, and then once I hit the lounge, it's 1 or 2.
Got you.
Yeah, I know some people that be smoking about 7,
So let me ask y'all a
8,
question.
chain smoking all day. Like they go through a lot.
I know a lot of cigarette smokers. They like to smoke after they eat, or smoke. At certain times of the day, like they like to go smoke, have these little smoke breaks. It's like that with cigars as well.
For some people, I know some people that have like little 15-minute, 30-minute cigars that they need to go outside and smoke. So yeah,
Nah, not for me.
Not for myself, but I know there's a lot of people out there.
Not for me. When I go through this, it's because this is what I want to do. It's not. I just had a meal. I just got finished eating. I'm full. Let me get ahead and follow it up with a cigar like you would a cigarette.
But there are some cigar smokers that are like cigarette smokers that are chain cigar smokers that have to smoke all day, every day,
Yeah, my boy.
every
Steve.
second of the day. As soon as one is out, they lighten another one.
Steve's like
My boy Steve.
He's tough. I'm good.
That man smoked about 7, 8 a day.
That's crazy.
The one that brought us into it.
Shit, after 2 minutes, I'm ready to throw up.
That's what I said. Does cigars, like, you feel like cigars affects your body in like any kind of way from smoking too much?
Sometimes yes, but it depends. Like I can't smoke a cigar on an empty stomach.
Okay.
That doesn't do it for me. Because when I smoke, I want to drink. You know what I'm saying? My stomach's empty. It's gonna play an effect. So I'm gonna either eat a meal or I'm gonna have some snacks, potato chips, just like bread. It soaks everything up. It does it for me. It's like when you're at the bar and you got beer impressions. Follow me?
So would you smoke without having a drink? Would you just casually smoke a cigar? Or do you have to have that drink to follow it up with?
I've smoked and drank tea.
Tea, coffee.
You know what I'm saying? Tea or coffee. I used to drink coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore. Coffee's a good pairing with cigars too. We didn't get into that. We did the whiskey, we did the bourbon, we did scotch. That's a good pairing with cigars. People pair coffee
Black
with their
coffee.
cigar.
A coffee with a cigar?
Okay.
Black, cream, flavor.
The Habana
hazelnut.
seeds that he likes to smoke is perfect with like a dark coffee, with just straight black, maybe a little bit of liquid cane sugar in it, just something to sweeten it up a little bit. Maybe a Turkish coffee, but that is a perfect cigar to pair with coffee. For myself, it is.
But I'll do a tea, hot tea, or I'm doing alcohol.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So you can always smoke cigars with bourbon, whiskey, scotch, Irish. What do you say? Irish something?
For me, it's Irish whiskey,
Irish whiskey.
Scotch whiskey.
Of course, the
Japanese
cognac, if some people want the cognac. I know CNC A lot of people like the
there's,
cognac.
There's a lot of guys that still dibble and dabble in cognac.
Please, people was asking me like, oh, why you say whiskey? I was like, because people say CNC for the cognac and cigars, but not everybody really goes to cognac anymore to like smoke their cigars. I see a lot of people saying they want whiskey when I'm out. Like, because I do hang out at cigar lounges, I do hang out at cigar bars or whatever, and I do know that a lot of people will go to like the whiskey and stuff when they're like smoking outside of like the cognac, the regular way of.
There's some good cognac out there.
Question. So why doesn't light liquor pair good with cigars?
Clear?
Clear.
Yes.
What clear liquor said?
I'm not even a clear fan. That shit gives me a headache, man.
Yeah, clear. So this is the thing about
Yeah, because you
alcohol.
never see like even when
you
I
don't
follow
see it.
cigar
Yeah.
page people that
It's
smoke, it's always
whiskey,
a dark
scotch or
with the
cognac.
cigar.
Like it's never
a
clear
a
liquor.
clear with the cigar.
Most clear liquors don't have an age. Whiskey has an age statement.
Okay.
So it's anywhere from 3 years to however many years they want to sit that in the barrel. So being that it's in the age statement, it brings down that it doesn't bring down proof too much, but the harshness. Clear liquor is a cheap, quick liquor. It doesn't sit for a week, 2 weeks, a month. It's distilled and pushed out in the bottle.
So
That's
basically,
why
the age of the cigar and the age of the liquor does a good pairing.
think about this. What clear liquor do you drink without mixing it with something? Besides sometimes tequilas.
I was about to say,
I mix everything.
I was
So
about to say tequila.
like,
Tequila you
alcoholics,
drink.
they be drinking
Why do you
straight
think
vodka.
tequila
They
you
drink
don't
all-
drink straight?
Mixed clear liquor because you can't drink it. The same way beer is
It's
like
like
advertised
alcohol.
with ice cold.
Mm.
When your palate is frozen, you really can't taste anything. But drink a beer when it's warm and tell me if you like it.
I mean, I'm a little different.
Whiskey is different.
Okay,
Whiskey, you
okay.
get
Hell
your
no.
flavors room temperature cold, but you don't want to drink anything too cold because it's for your
Yeah, dark liquor you're not supposed to drink cold. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Got
Clear
you,
liquor
got
to
you.
me is just cheap and it's a party. It's a party liquor. It's a party spirit.
So if you out at a party, what do you smoke? It's being okay after work smoke and at a party with a social gathering is two different kind of smokes.
Absolutely not.
Nah,
No,
Absolutely not.
I'll still bring a Fuente into
Absolutely
a party.
What you like is what you like. It
That's the
doesn't
whole
matter
thing.
what's happening.
Yeah.
but it's the mood. It's the mood. You got a relaxing mood after work,
I'm a bougie
and you
smoker.
got the turn
I'm
up.
a bougie smoker and a bougie drinker.
I can't see
So
that.
I'm good. Whatever I have, I'm
Make it
I'm
big.
always
Most
gonna-
full body cigars are better. Most full body cigars are best for
Read it out. I can't see.
you hiding it.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
my
another
man Tim
question.
like to do, though.
What about
Right,
food?
Tim?
What about foods with cigars? Like a
Food and
certain
cigar-
foods go with cigars?
Yeah, just like with wine and grapes and chocolate. Same thing goes with cigars.
So what foods would you pair with a cigar?
I don't eat meat. I don't consume meat anymore, but a good steak.
Yeah, I heard that.
Steak and
I
cigar?
definitely-
I don't see really the seafood and cigar thing going hand in hand. But I do it because I'm a pescatarian.
Okay.
But a good
You eat fish,
yeah,
ass,
that's
all
a
that.
fish ass, you know what I mean? All that.
So on to the
All
next
that
question.
seafood.
After sex, do you prefer to smoke a cigar?
After sex,
Is that a must?
it depends on the situation.
And the atmosphere.
If I travel
I'm about to say the same thing.
If I
I'm
travel
out the
with
country,
Shorty,
we on vacation.
and we out the country and we on vacation, and we hit the
That's a
balcony, I'm
That's
chilling.
a fact. I might hit the balcony, go for and after.
I might sit on the edge of the pool and
Would you
smoke a
rather a female smoke a cigar?
cigar.
It doesn't bother
Would you rather a female smoke?
It doesn't bother me.
I think some men don't want it, and I think some men do want it. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it seems like I said, a lot of females smoke, right? But then say when you're dating, not even dating or in a relationship with somebody, and would you prefer your female to be in a lifestyle, or would you want them to not be in a lifestyle, like so that you can have this something for yourself?
So you got a bro time with the bros?
Yes.
Because that's what we basically do. We at.
Because it's like because I'm not gonna say like I'm not trying to say like cigars like a scapegoat so you guys can get away and do y'all like be by yourself, but it's like, would you want to include your mate if they smoke?
9 times out of 10, she's probably not going to smoke as much as I smoke.
It could be.
I don't mind. I don't even mind if you accompany and you don't smoke.
Yeah.
If you do smoke, cool, no problem. I'm still going to have my time without you anyway. I'm still going to kick it with the fellas. We're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to smoke, talk shit, play dominoes, play cards, play some chess. pew.
So-
Watch a little TV. They like to watch sports. I don't watch that bullshit, but that's just me. But it doesn't matter.
So, question: being that you smoke cigars, y'all smoke cigars. Would you mind if your lady smoked cigarettes?
Okay, let's get to this. Totally different subject, bro.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
About to be some controversy.
Might as well smoke some weed.
The audience says, hell no.
Very, very long time ago. I quit back in
We used
19.
to bowl in place and smoke
But,
cigarettes.
What?
Horrible.
I quit back in 97.
That's a lot.
Terrible, trash.
That's the thing I was gonna
We
say,
did not
because like
quit cigarettes in '97.
Talk to me.
When
Listen
we
up
was
to this.
bowling, there was times that you had stepped out with me. We had a cigarette.
Never.
That's
What year was this?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000?
Yeah.
I quit in
Early
mid
what
2000s.
08.
Absolutely
2007?
not.
Why are you saying that?
That's more towards late
Absolutely. You mean
2000s.
Herb. That was Herb.
Definitely Herb too.
No, definitely wasn't me.
Maybe you did.
Yeah. I'm
Why
trying
not?
to tell you. I quit in
Remember you
97, bro.
Nah.
Nah. I'm smoking shit no more. I'm not a fan.
so
of
y'all
that.
gave
I'm not
up
a fan of
cigarettes for
Trinity.
cigars.
No, I gave
Nah,
up cigarettes.
I gave up cigarettes and giving it up. This came years later. This shit is trash, bro.
Remember, he said he stopped in 97 and started cigars in what? 2011.
2010 too.
Yeah,
Let me explain something to you. This is a hobby. This is what we do, right? My theory about people that smoke cigarettes. People don't know why they smoke cigarettes. Why do you think people smoke cigarettes? That's a question for you. Tell me why you think people smoke cigarettes.
It's mental.
For their nerves, stress.
It's mental.
They need to always look like they're doing something.
You ever
You ever notice the person to be there, they're doing absolutely nothing, they pull out a cigarette, they light it. They're done with it. 7 minutes go by. Nobody's talking to them, they ain't doing shit. They pull another one out and light it. Stupid.
It's not stupid. It's just that person.
That shit is
He's
whack.
an
That
asshole.
shit is,
He's an
that
asshole.
shit is whack as hell.
It's
I would
in no way.
prefer-
He's an asshole, so you gotta accept what he's saying.
I would prefer, yes, if my lady or a lady I'm dating, dealing with, smoke cigars, fine. If you don't, cool. Cigarettes, nah.
Big no.
Big no.
What about weed?
I'm cool with it.
That's cool.
I'm cool.
Everybody got a vice. Listen, everybody got a vice.
I don't
Everybody
give
has
a
a
damn
right.
with
I'd rather
marijuana,
get weed
but
over
if she
cigarette.
want to smoke weed, go ahead, shorty. Go ahead.
Gotcha.
Do your
High,
thing.
baby, turn into a freak. Do what it is.
Have you ever lost a relationship due to the fact that you smoke too much cigars?
Of course not.
No, I'm surprised.
Okay. See,
Number
now,
one,
I'm
now,
single.
since I'm the
Number
only
two
female
is-
up here, you say that mad quick because it's like, fuck what you say. I'm still gonna smoke my cigars
That's a whole
anyway.
fact.
That's a fact. Oh, wait. Hold on.
That's
Oh,
when
mama
you
in there.
said
Hold
no
on,
so
mama.
fast.
Check me
That's
out.
what I got from that. It's like,
Check
fuck
me
what
out.
you say.
Watch
Yo,
this.
you can go because these shit's gonna be
10 women
here.
say one man in this world. If you're not cool with it, keep it moving.
You ready for this question? Would you rather meet outside, smoking cigars, hanging with the fellas, shooting the shit, or running around behind your back with some bitch? Because this is what I'm doing. You know what the fuck I'm doing.
They not ready for that.
You know what I'm doing. It's not hard. This is what the fuck I'm doing. I do this. I enjoy myself.
You
I'm
know where
away
to find
from you.
me.
We need our time apart.
You know
Come
where to
back.
find me.
You know where to find me. I'm not
You
hard
know
to
where to
find.
find me.
This
What-
is what I do.
What if it's more the smell, the smoke? Like I don't like the smell of the
okay.
smoke thing.
She be all right.
How you know?
Little beard
I'm
shampoo.
going to
That's
have
a
to
beard.
accept it.
Beard shampoo.
Let me tell you something, right? It was a time where I felt.
But
that way.
cigar smoke is very strong. Like
Very.
it stays in you. Like
When you go get your hair done and come back, your hair smell is very strong as well. You think men really want to know?
What I've learned.
that's not the same. You can't
Oh,
compare.
it's the same.
You cannot compare. You cannot compare.
Nah, I'm joking with that.
What I've learned in a previous relationship, that even if the female does not like this, because you like it and it's something that you like to do, she'll deal with it a little bit.
Yes,
They
some
even end up
some
in cigar
female will
lounges with you,
compromise.
minding their business on their
Some
phone.
some females
hanging
will
with you.
compromise and will accept that because they accept you for whatever you come with. So they will like, what, this is what you got to, this is what you like to do, whatever, it is what it is. But some people be like, nah, I really don't like people who smoke. Like,
That's cool. I'm not the one for you.
Yeah, this is what I do.
I got this.
throw the
attitude.
whole girl away. Fuck the bullshit. Throw
That's
the
like- listen,
Nothing wrong
That's
with
like
it.
that-
I feel the
that's like
same
that
way.
when
I
you
feel the
tell
same
me-
way with my weed. I feel the
oh,
same
it's
way.
either me or the motorcycle.
I ain't gonna lie. You gotta go. Listen, I ain't gonna lie.
There's a motorcycle and a cigar is not going nowhere.
That's not going nowhere.
Super fact. Super fact.
And you met me with the bike. You met me with the cigars.
Same thing if I met Shorty in the club, I'm not gonna stop you going to the club. Do your thing.
Have fun. Yeah, hey, go
If
out
I met you in the gym
back,
and you got
bust that ass
tight
later,
on
talk
me,
to
because
me.
that's the reason why I walk down on you. Keep wearing it. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back with more cigar talk with Inf and Rue, and of course my co-host Dutch. So give us a second. We'll be back in a minute.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, we don't got to have
And we're back. Thank you for tuning in to Sex, Love, and Alcohol with your girl Crissy and of course Dutch. And we're the host of your show. And of course, we got our sponsors. Make sure you guys. Oh my God, my tongue is twisted today. We got our sponsors, Hot Commodity Cosmetics and Lash Studio. You can follow them on Instagram at hotcommodity_cosmetics. And also you can shop on their website at www.hotcommoditycosmetics.com for your lashes needs, your makeup needs, your cosmetic, everything they have from eyeshadows, lipsticks, lip glosses, lip liners, and eyelashes as well. So if you want your cosmetic needs, please tune into Hot Commodity Cosmetics and Lash Studio. And also for all your West Indian and back home cooking and also soul food cooking, if you're ever in the Long Island area, please stop by Jamaican Paradise in Copiague at 1708 Sunrise Highway in Copiague, New York. They cater for all occasions, big and small. You can also follow them on Instagram at Jamaican.paradise. Also, if you want to join the Smoking Leaf Cigar Lounge, you can also follow them on Smoking Leaf. Oh my goodness, forgot their damn page. That's my mix-up.
Cigars.
Smoking Leaf Cigar Club on Instagram, and you can also come and check them out at 188-47A Jordan Avenue in St. Albans, Queens. So back to our show. We're here with, again, Inf is in the building, and we got Rue in the building talking about cigar talk. Here we go.
All right, question. Yeah. Brown skin. Hookah, y'all smoke hookah?
I do.
Hookah?
I did it, but now I do it.
You're welcome.
Here we go.
Now, would you compare the hookah life to the cigar life? I've never done hookah before. I've never done hookah. Just weed all the way.
Hookah and vaping is what destroyed the tobacco industry.
Hookah and
hookah and vapes as tobacco. So the whole flavored cigar thing, the whole flavored cigarettes, menthol and stuff that way, they wanted to stop it because younger kids were being targeted, or attracted to smoking something that's flavored. So it kind of hurt the cigar. This is natural tobacco. That is processed. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So that it messed up the industry big time.
Gotcha.
Mama in there.
I only know this because I want to have my own cigar lounge and cigar, humidor scene.
So let me ask you a question. I didn't hear since we started talking the word or the name Cuban cigars. Like, what's the myth or what's the?
My personal opinion is that it's overrated, man.
They're over. Oh! We got a mixed crowd. We got a mixed audience here.
Hold on, fellas, hold on.
We have a mixed audience here.
You gotta give him a chance.
Let him speak his piece. We're gonna get both sides. Let's go.
Let me explain when I say overrated. When I say Cubans are overrated, I say what people jump to first are cohibas.
I was gonna say that.
They always go, "Oh, I got a cohiba. It's a Cuban. It's a real Cuban. Cuban this, Cuban that. That shit is bootleg like a motherfucker."
But that's like the mecca of cigars, of Cuban cigars.
But every cohiba that with that yellow wrapper with the hologram ain't a real motherfucker.
Nah.
So a real cohiba.
I got you. Only interrupt you. I got you. I have smoked Cubans. Partagas. What's that? Hoya Day, Nicaragua. Those are good Cuban cigars. But I think when people think cigars, they automatically jump straight to Cuban and they go straight for Cohiba. So that part to me, that's just overrated. There are good Cubans.
I would say, how do you feel like? Would you ever?
Absolutely.
It's overrated, but would you still dibble and dabble in those?
I still do, but I feel that the hype is overrated because people see Cohiba and automatically assume this is an excellent fucking cigar.
Not knowing there's other shits out there.
Not knowing that half that shit is bootleg. It ain't a real fucking Cuban.
This is the thing with so I'm gonna give you the rundown between Cuban cigars and blends.
Okay.
The reason why a Cuban is because it's a puro. Puro means that it's one leaf. It's not blended. So with something like this, you can get Nicaraguan, Ecuadorian, you can get Sumatra, you can get different blends inside of one cigar.
Mm-hmm.
A Cuban is a puro, so it's just Cuban tobacco itself.
Okay.
So it can be Cuban tobacco from here, Cuban tobacco from here. It's just Cuban tobacco,
and they just blend it all together. Yeah.
So you basically only get a few different flavors. I'm a Cuban tobacco fanatic. I have a lot of Cubans, like a lot. I have a cooler full of Cubans. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's good to know, right, guys? Right. You know who they
you already,
now,
you already
right?
knew that. Well, you already know.
I had 4 as a birthday gift, and he asked me, he said, "Well, where you get those from? Those real?"
How do you guys like? I don't want to say like, but you how you go to certain places and you get the fresh rolled cigars, hand rolled, yeah, like the freshly rolled.
That's another thing.
A lot of those are garbage too.
It's a hit and miss also. So what happens is with certain cigars, just like whiskey, it sits. So when they roll it, whether it's rolled from the outer leaf or the inner leaf, they have it sitting for X amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
When you have something freshly rolled, it's fresh. It's not fresh tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
It's been sitting, it's been drying, it's been curing for a while. But you still want the tobacco to sit.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is everything starts to blend together. But if it doesn't sit when you first roll it and you smoke it, you're really not getting too crazy. You're getting too much out of it. So that fresh roll cigar
is really no comparison.
Unless you go to Rosario and you get it flavored, then you're cool with that. You're okay with that. It's
right back to
it's flavored cigars.
Right back to
but if you're doing something that's blended, you're going to smoke it. It just
so fresh roll cigars is better with flavors.
With age, things become better.
Gotcha.
Just like women, black women.
So it's like
we
forgot about the sex part. Oh, all right.
That's you said black women.
Oh man, I forgot. My bad.
Oh, he light skin over here. He
team
light skin over here.
Right, but
he team light skin on this side of the world.
Light ain't right, man.
I mean, light skin is the right skin.
Like, hey,
wow. We into a whole
thing
nother
like
combo right now.
He like his cigars and his liquor dark, but the woman must be light skinned. Take notes, son. Take notes. Take notes.
Over here.
Me, I love chocolate.
He love the chocolate.
Okay.
He love the ladies. All right.
Something different hit about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love women.
My son mom is light skin. She's light bright. That's a fact. It was a time where I loved light skin. That was my poison. But something about just that dark chocolate women is just.
All right. One time you spoke to Rocky Patel.
Watch yourself.
Okay, just checking.
I'm
having one. I'm sitting.
So let me ask y'all a question. What's considered, or what's the lowest, or what's the cheapest cigar you would smoke?
For me, I got one right now.
I mean, there's Fuentes out there that's $8. It's $6-8.
A brick house.
But they still decent. They still decent.
I don't know about anybody else in here. I smoke Brick House Maduro. It's a good cigar. It's a cheap cigar. $8, $9 cigar.
I don't gravitate to it, but the Brick House ain't bad. No cigar.
Say what now? Hold on. We got somebody in the audience. What you said?
It is not the price of the cigars that determine the flavor. You can have somebody that like probably a Brick House, and that's the best cigar for them at the time. And you can have a cigar, for example, a Placencia for $30, and you may not like it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So Padron 30
for no reason.
50.
So it's all on you.
It's all on you.
It all depends on you.
There are cheap cigars out there that are great fucking smokes, man. Like I said, I like Brick House. Like he said, Brick House. I like Brick House Maduro.
So basically, you don't have to have the most expensive cigar to have a good
everyday
smoke.
smoke
There's
gotta
some,
have to be
there's
expensive.
some,
Right. Then we
there's
don't got
some
no
that
zoom. I
is
pulled
less
the Nika Rooster
less
out.
affordable.
I paid $9. I got something.
Bring it out, bring it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, I paid $9 for this fucking stick. Where is it? Tone, you stole it? Yeah. I smoked this.
Let me see this. What's this?
It's a Nika Rooster. It's just $9. I smoked that. Brick House Maduro. I smoked that. I'll smoke that before I smoke a Rosario hand rolled flavor cigar.
Got you.
Any day.
Got you.
Yo, there's an A on the end of the.
What is that? A full body or is that a mild?
No, it's hey, don't do that to me. Don't do me like that.
Is that a full body? Is that a mild? What is that?
Full.
It's a full body.
That's a medium. That's a
Medium.
more medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
darker than this.
Just because the cigar, so let's get this correct. Just because the cigar wrapper is dark does not mean that it's a
You
full
smoked
body.
that?
Give me a second.
But did you smoke it?
A Connecticut broadleaf is a dark cigar. A dark the wrapper.
Did you smoke the Nika
I have.
Rooster?
Yes, I have.
No, you didn't.
In the early days, yes, I have.
You just told me there's no A on the end.
What's your question?
I was being funny. I said rustic, and you said rustica.
Yeah.
Rustica.
Spell it again. Oh, mama, that's my boy.
So, all right. So that's another big thing with cigars. Just because the outer wrapper is dark does not mean that it's your full body, harsh, grown man.
Right. Tell that.
Yeah, because I definitely did see
Tell that to that
different.
black
I
man
saw
Partagas.
dark, lighter. I saw some that was pretty much almost black.
There's something that
They
you
got
can,
Partagas that's like that.
yeah, you can get dark wrapper cigars.
I smoked one of those. I
and
smoked one of those one day.
a
And that
medium
shit was
body.
disgusting
Medium body
when I
cigar.
lit that. But when I got to the middle of that cigar,
That's a medium
got
body
better.
cigar.
It tastes like leather and dirt, but you ever smoked that?
Which one?
That black ass Partagas?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's shitty.
Part
in the
gets black. That's what it's
In
called.
the beginning, it was shitty, but by the time it got to the middle, it was just like, hey,
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just black. I was smoking those when I was working for Safe Light years ago, 2013.
Let me ask y'all a question. This might sound like a night. Go ahead, Don.
The ring gauge,
oh, you mean 50, 60, 70, 80?
42s.
That shit you should not have.
I have no
80,
idea what you're
90,
talking about now. See, you just
ring
lost me.
gauge. What is that?
What's that? What is
So
that?
a ring gauge like this is a
Okay.
54. A ring gauge is the actual the width, the thickness of the cigar.
Okay.
So you have ones that's 60, like your what is that? Lunatics and things like that. Those are big ring gauge cigars. Those are 60 ring gauge. Most of the bigger men out there, they like bigger ring gauge cigars.
And you guys said
I've noticed that.
Asylum has that.
I've noticed that a lot of big guys like my big bro Ahmed. He smokes
Speaking of the
big
devil.
ring gauge. He called me twice.
Yeah, he called me twice too.
So
We busy right now.
So what's that right there? So that's
this is a 54.
That's a 54. What's the biggest?
Biggest that I like.
What's the biggest in general?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Hey, yo, flag on it. What's the address? What's the address again?
Fire
Pause.
feed out.
188.
188
What's the biggest ring gauge
dash
that they have
47A.
on cigars?
I don't know. There's a cigar out there called the big ass cigar and the big ass stick. Pause.
What's the
Whatever.
St. Albans, right?
But I think that's like a 70 something ring gauge, and it's like this big, literally.
You know that shit that R. Kelly smoked in that little video skit when he inhaled too much and he coughed?
That's
Got you.
That's crazy.
And the ring gauge, like it doesn't like that goes for like small, mild,
Can you
medium.
So
see what mad at? He said it's
depending
here.
on the cigar, whether
He said
it's
he's here, but how do you get
Robusto, the length you have, I get more flavors out of certain size cigars.
Okay.
Smaller gauge also, like I just had it in my head too. Lanceros.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
Lanceros are they're so tight and this ring gauge is so small that you get everything out of the cigar, all the flavors and everything.
So basically, the bigger ones don't have that much flavor in it. If
They
you want-
do, but no, because it's so airy, like everything just passes through.
You
Got
also
you.
don't just have gauge or homo, you have length. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I've seen some long ones. Like you have, I don't know which one that one is over there, but that one's a long one over there too. Like
I had a,
that's why I was
what's
asking,
the,
like-
the double header. What's that?
That's known as a
What length is that? A 7? It's like a 7, right?
it's 7 inches, yes.
or Rainbow in a conversation.
It could be a double.
And those 7 inch, those are ones that's gonna last 2 hours. Those are ones
The
gonna last.
one that I was gonna bring, that is a 2.5 hour smoke.
So you have your Toros, your Pyramids, your Churchills, your Figurados, Pantellas. Pantellas are the real small ones.
Okay.
So
Those are
like,
one little short ones that was okay.
Pantellas can be small. You have your Torpedoes, which is something like
This.
the
like
Andalusian
that.
Bull, but that's like mixed between a Torpedo and a Perfecto. So Perfectos, you have Gordos, you have Toros, you have Robustos, you have Bullets, you have Petites. That's another small one. And the Cigarellos are small, and that's basically it.
Yeah, he said Lanceros.
Lanceros in there.
So, question: when you cut your cigar at the end, how do you gauge?
Yeah,
how
I
much
know
you
somebody
cut?
said you can't
You
cut
only-
too
you're only
much.
supposed to cut
You
the
can't
cap.
never cut them in half. Never cut the cigars in half. Never cut too much.
Never cut. Hold on. You heard him? He said half. We have seen some cases where people cut their damn cigar in half to share that cigar with somebody else. That is not the
It
move.
won't stay together.
I've
It's not
seen
going
it.
to stay
I've
together.
seen it.
So just
terrible.
like this cut right here is just the cap.
Mhm.
The cap is just what covers the tobacco
Okay.
at the top. Anything else past that, each cigar maker has different rings. So you have, caps out, different amount of caps. You have 1 cap, 2 caps, or 3 caps. Fuente is more of 2 caps. You only want to cut the very top of the first one. Anything else below that, your cigar is going to unravel.
And that's coming from a guillotine user. He likes the guillotine.
I do guillotine, but it's all I do is I close it shortly and I just roll it until the cap comes off. That's basically it.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the V cut. I'm a V cut kind of guy.
V cut is the
I
same
seen
cut.
that. I'm looking. I'm like,
How do
okay,
you-
that's I
V
never
cut
seen
is
that.
safe, but it's not.
How do you do the different cuts? Like,
Your blade. What's
This is a guillotine.
Yeah.
And this is a V cut.
right?
okay,
See, he's got 2 separate. I got one where
Yeah,
this
let me
side is V.
Just display
Let me
This
see
side
that.
is guillotine.
Thank you, sir.
You gave them both.
yes, sir. Y'all break them down. Y'all break them down. I don't even know what.
You see the split and the punch. Right. Got a punch. See the split right there.
Okay.
See how this?
And I
the
saw a
blade shape?
whole one. Somebody that poked like a
see
whole.
the
That's
hole?
that's a punch.
So this cutter has 2. So this right here makes this shape. It's the V cut.
That's
The
your V
blade.
cut.
If you turn around
It's in
on
the
the
shape of a
side,
V.
it's gonna make a cut like this. That's the regular guillotine. I
Got
used
you
the crazy
have,
shit is
The guillotine.
the crazy shit is I
That's
used
just
to
your
do
regular cut.
Okay.
So you have your V cut. You have
a
your
whole-
guillotine.
And they'll both give different smokes.
Yes. Punch. So what
I
happens?
used to do a punch.
Let me, and that's another thing about cigars. With your draw of a cigar, you want your cigar to be as cool as possible. The warmer it gets, the hotter it gets, the harsher the cigar is going to get. So if you're doing a punch for something that's a narrower cigar, such as like a Robusto, or the amount of the cigar is packed into it, you're going to get a harsher smoke out of it because it's not giving enough room for the air to come through.
Got you. So
Something
your cigars
bigger-
need to be cool.
Yes, it needs to be cool.
So that's why people keep them in the. Am I saying it right? The human.
No,
Humidor.
humidors. Storing it and smoking it is 2 different things.
Okay.
So the coolness comes from how much you smoke it
Mm-hmm.
and how much air is able to flow through it.
Okay.
How much you sit down to let it cool off. How much you push out of the cigar to let push all the air out that's in there that's warm already. All of that comes into plays a part.
Sometimes when you use a hole punch, it tars on the tip.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put the brand name out. But I recently purchased something that
I use both of the
little
packs.
holes into the top of the cigar. When I started smoking it, after a while, I realized this black stuff coming at the top is tarring.
So this is my
It gets
traveler
on your
right
lips,
here.
It gets on your teeth, it gets on your fingers. That shit's terrible.
And you leave.
All right. Let's see. You're
what-
storing how I see you guys. You guys are.
They're both
I want to say
similar.
I call you guys lifestyle cigar smokers
They
because
both got similar
guys smoke-
cases.
very frequently. How do you store or travel with your cigars?
That's a travel.
So this is a traveler. It's not really a storage. It's something quick. While you're out on vacation or while you're going to the cigar lounge, you use this. You should never just have your cigars stored inside of a travel because the seal is not that great.
Mhm.
So it's just something quick. So this is a Traveler. I always keep a Boveda pack inside of it. Boveda is a two-way humidification system, so it pulls in too much the humidification, and it releases the correct amount. I like my cigars at 65% humidification because the cigars aren't wet and they're not dry. It's just right there. That's perfect.
You're not taking the entire humidor with you on vacation.
Yeah, you're not taking it. I use coolers. You have guys that use they have
because I see you
big
travel
humidors.
with some too.
I'm a big Tupperware
I
guy.
do the same thing.
I use Tupperwares. Yeah, Tupperware.
It's using the regular Tupperware.
Tupperware is perfect. It has a great seal.
I use a travel joint.
Tupperware without the filter.
No, he's got it in there.
You want to
He's
have
got a
both.
pack in there.
He has cedar in there. The cedar helps with humidification also.
Nice. Okay.
So the only thing that's just supposed to put
as well.
that's the gel, the little gel balls.
Yeah.
So the gel balls are good. They dry out fast. The Boveda packs, you can recharge them by putting them in distilled water. You don't want to use any type of regular tap water. You don't want to use Poland Spring because that's mineral water. What happens with mineral stuff, it starts producing.
It'll dry them
It
out.
won't dry it out.
Oh.
It gives it mold.
Oh.
Distilled water is just non-mineral water.
Yeah, because mold and
pure
cold
water.
is two different things.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Got you. This might sound like a naive question right here, but
I like the V-cut.
when you smoke a cigar,
That's a
what's
fact.
the
Mama in there.
you inhale the smoke, not inhale it. You take it in and blow it out.
Yeah.
What's the average? You just take it right in and you blow it right out. Or you let it.
Sometimes it depends on the cigar and how much you enjoy it. You might want to sit. It's just like wine. You might just let it sit, swish, roll, just roll in your mouth. You might just blow it out, or you can just push your tongue up because your ear, nose, and throat is all within the same cavity. But as you push your tongue up, you can push it out of your nose. That's called retrohale.
I'll do that with weed, but yeah.
No, so it's different. When you inhale weed, you can also push it out through your nose.
Yeah.
But with cigars, you don't want to inhale it. You don't want to go.
So it's just trying to.
Right.
Oh
push it,
yeah,
you push it,
that's a different
You
type
force
of.
the tongue. You force the smoke up through your nose cavity, your navel cavity, with your tongue. You can.
You can't do that.
You can.
So
Easiest thing in the world.
You're gonna look stupid trying it the first
That's a
couple
fact.
times.
Y'all hear that? You see that? They
Cigar,
practicing.
you
You
get
see, they
tongue
practicing with that
No
tongue
joke.
exercising. Son. Trying to say, you know what I mean? They good at all. So, FYI, all cigar smokers are good at something, ladies. Hello. Let me stop.
No days
I'm
off.
just saying.
Toes
Just saying.
No days off.
I am just
So-
saying.
How expensive can a cigar life be? Just a lifestyle in general. Just a lifestyle in general. To live a.
It's a whole nother bank account. Hold on.
Listen, man, I picked up buy 5 get 1 free, and that shit came out to $80 today. Now imagine when you do that every 2 days, depending on how you smoke.
Yeah, especially if somebody's going through like 3-4
If you're
cigars a
smoking
day.
2
It can
to
come.
3 cigars a day, and each stick, let's just say the average is $8 to $10. We're not even gonna go 15. You times that.
932.
It could get expensive.
A box is always the best way to go. It's cheaper. So what happens with anything in life is supply and demand. You can buy a box online; it's 10 times cheaper. Let's say the markup is 10 times cheaper than what you're going to buy in the store because of supply and demand. So if you need it right then and there, you're going to walk into any type of humidor or cigar lounge and go purchase a cigar, and they're going to. They have number one is they have to make their money. They have to pay for their overhead. They have to pay for their storefront. They have to pay for their electricity. They have to pay for the amenities in there while you're there. So they're going to upcharge the price. It is what it is. So either you're going to sit there, you're going to smoke it, and you're going to support, or you're just going to sit your ass at home and buy your cigars from on the internet.
Got you.
Internet cigars are different as well. What happens is they're being circulated so much that they don't sit in a humidor as long. They're sitting inside of a warehouse maybe, or a room. So it's being humidified, but it's not. So sometimes when you get boxes of cigars from online, you need to age it a little bit in your own humidor at home for about a week or 2. Because now you're getting everything to work out the way it's supposed to be.
You see me kick that knowledge.
This is what I wanted, son. I need to.
We might as well jump
Need
into
to.
the Beatles if that's the case.
Like,
So-
okay, if you guys were to go to like, say, if you guys were to go to like other countries, they know, like, Colombia, and I don't want to say Cuba, but Cuba too. All these places that are known for cigars.
Oh, that's another thing about Cuban cigars. The reason why it's such a hype because we can't buy them in the United States or sell them here because of the what do you call it? The embargo.
I was going to ask
So,
that too.
Obama, when he was in president, he lived half the embargo. So we was able to fly out into other countries and bring back Cuban cigars as many as can fit inside of your suitcase. But because of the embargo, there's no trading back and forth with these Cuban countries. So we're not able to buy and sell Cuban cigars here in the United States. But there are markets out there,
which
where you
again
can purchase them.
comes right back to
The fake ones.
fake.
Yeah.
How do you know the difference?
But they're not fake here in the United States. They're fake out. They're actually fake in Cuba or in other areas where you can purchase Cuban cigars, Cuban tobacco.
So
Cuban
Cuba,
tobacco is really
so
not
if you
fake.
fly to Cuba for a Cuban cigar,
If you buy it on the beach, it's fake.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You can buy anything.
If it's in that case
And it has
with
a
the clear
glass top,
plastic
that's
top
fake.
on top.
No cigar company presents their cigars in a glass case. It will not hold the humidification.
And they're gonna tell you real Cuban, real Cohiba. It's Cuban. No, it's not.
The only places that you're supposed to buy a Cuban cigar outside of the country is an actual known cigar shop that actually sells, and they're represented by that Cuban cigar company, La Casa de Habano.
oh,
That's it.
he know the names. Hold on.
I will send him pictures. Listen,
Yeah,
I don't have time for that checking shit.
I
I will
authenticate
send him
cigars to
pictures
people online.
all day. He'd be like, send me a picture of the green label. Send me a picture of the bottom of the box. Send me this. I'm gonna
Give
hit
me the
you right
cereal,
back.
give me the bottom of the box so I know what factory it came out of. If I run the cereal in the factory and if that's not a real factory or that cigar. So there's times where you'll buy a box and it looks 100% authentic.
And that shit
But
fake.
it could be fake. Or this is
I'm
another
about
thing.
to have your number on speed
This
dial.
is
while
another
I'm
thing
like,
about,
hold on.
about Cuban cigars. What they will do is they'll steal the cigars from that actual Cuban factory.
Unroll them
which
and
is
put other
like
shit in it.
You have Partagas, you have Cohiba, and they'll buy fake bands and they'll band it and sell it in a real box. But the print on the bottom of the box can be fake. But anyway, you look at it, it's real Cuban tobacco. But what you want to make sure is that it's all long filler. So if you cut it down the middle and it's long filler, you're safe. If it's not, it's floor sweepings. Floor sweepings is not good because you can find hair in there. You can find cotton and stuff in there. You don't know what you're smoking. So that's another thing with fake Cubans. You don't know what you're actually smoking.
Fiberglass insulation in there. Similar.
Wow. Yeah, I just
It's
put
a
me
big-
on to that shit.
It can be complex.
Cohiba is the
Number one
fake
counterfeit cigar
in the world.
Because it's the most famous.
So again, when I said I was skeptical about Cubans, not all Cubans, but that's what people do. People, I got a Cohiba. I got a real Cuban. No, the fuck
with a
you
straight
don't.
solid gold face on there.
Right.
Where's my hologram?
No hologram.
The hologram
Dots
shifted more
not
white
matching.
showing.
Touching
You know what I
the
mean?
edge.
But would you,
They got 11 dots on
squares
it.
is touching on the edge. That's not real.
but as a cigar smoker, would y'all be able to tell from the taste? Not just by.
I can.
You could tell from the taste.
I can.
Tell if it's real tobacco.
You can tell if it's real Cuban tobacco.
Yeah, yeah.
There's tobaccos here that's sold in the United States, and it's unnamed tobacco. They will not tell. It's undisclosed tobacco. So like the Atabey.
Yeah.
The Atabey is big on undisclosed tobacco. The guy that produces the Atabey is the guy that made the actual Cohiba Behiki band. He has undisclosed tobacco. If you smoke that cigar, I guarantee you can taste Cuban tobacco.
That's right.
Because there's two Cuban tobacco in there. There's
Okay.
a few cigars like that out there.
That's a
illegal.
fact.
You can't sell Cuban tobacco here in the United States at all.
So what country would you want to go to like actually like what country would you that you have to buy cigars from when you go there outside of
They
Cuba?
have it in,
Oh, all right.
they have it in Canada. There's La Casa de Habanas in Canada.
Not necessarily saying it has to be, not saying it has to be a Cuban, but like what cigar that what I'm tongue twisted. What country would you actually go to? Be like, you know what, I have to get cigars from
It
here.
depends on if you go into Nicaragua. It depends on if you go on Dominican tobacco. If you have San Andreas,
I like
you
the
have
I like Dominican Cohibas.
You have it's really not too much Mexican tobacco. It's still Habana seed. You know what I mean? You have Ecuadorian tobacco. You can go to Ecuador, but there's like a bad war out there, so you don't want to go there until that land. You might as well just buy the back and have shit here. It's a lot.
We
It's a
recently
lot.
got, me and my guy right here recently got stood up. We went to DR. We had a guy taking us to the Arturo Fuente factory.
Yeah.
2
Alleged.
months ahead of time.
Alleged.
I got you, no problem. A month ahead of time, no problem. 2 weeks ahead of time, no problem. The day before, he said, I'll be there at 11. He never showed up. He wasted our fucking time.
So with the Arturo Fuente factory, it's impossible to get in there unless you are invited by the toy maker
Mm.
or you have.
And that's in what country? That's in
the
Dominican Republic.
You have to be invited by either the toy maker or you have to be a reputable cigar company.
Hmm.
So you have to sell cigars. Fuente has to ship you their cigars, or you get it from the distributor.
I'm still pissed off about
That's
it.
the only way that you can get in there.
I'm
But we were allegedly
we was going
told
to
that
spend
we
a
can
couple
get
of
in
thousand
there.
at that place.
Yeah, I was definitely going to drop some dollars.
Are there any American cigar brands?
Yeah, Connecticut.
That's the actual name of the brand?
In Connecticut. That's Drew State.
In Connecticut, or that's the name of the brand?
It's in
Connecticut.
Yeah, it's in Connecticut.
Do they? Is it good tobacco?
Yeah, Liga Privada.
I was just
That's
about to get
another
into that. See,
That's
I'm glad you
that's
did.
in CT. That's in Connecticut.
This right here, what this run you? About 20?
Nah, that's like it's like $7-8.
Where's this $7 or $8 at?
Very good.
No, I know this is good, but where you get this for $7 or $8? Because I'm going.
The Drew Estates.
In PA. Yeah.
Any,
Yeah, this one of these.
A lot of Liga.
Any-
A lot of
any
Liga.
Liga Privada, fire.
T52.
That's American.
9. All of
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Ratzilla. Yeah. Fucking
that's something that you should eat.
That's
Before.
one of the
what's that? T57? T51? T52.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, right?
You have 30
I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. The morphine will sit you on your ass, and the
That little small stick
what's
right
the
there.
one with the orange band by Cro-Magnon?
Some of them.
Neanderthal.
The Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. That'll sit you on your ass.
He don't like it.
Those are two of the
Cro-Magnon.
harshest cigars I've ever seen.
Are there any?
Some of this shit will keep you up.
Are there any West Indian brands?
Mm.
Oh yeah, you have some Jamaican cigars out there.
Some of
There's
this
Indian cigars. This Indian, they just roll them differently. So if you look at the cigar, it's big and it doesn't have a cap on it, but it's an Indian cigar.
The same way you can go to a different country and their hookah is different. Same way the tobacco is different.
Big time.
So have y'all had West Indian
I have.
cigars from other places, or just
I have
just
Jamaican,
Spanish?
yeah. This actual Japan actually has a cigar, and it's hard to get your hands on.
Japan make
I
everything.
guess we gotta go to
China.
Japan.
Nah, you can't even go there to get it. You
That's
look up
wild.
the situation on that. I can't wait to get my hands on at least one of them.
That's
It's
crazy.
a very hard cigar to get.
Make sure you get 2.
Get 3.
So what was this? What was that cigar you just talking about?
Which one?
The Liga Privada?
The Liquor Provider? Oh no. The what's it? The Cro-Magnon?
Cro-Magnon?
That's
Yeah.
Roman crap.
Roma Craft.
What's Roman Craft?
Roma Craft is a cigar company that was up and coming about 5-6 years ago.
I like their
Um,
Candela. He doesn't like Candela.
Yeah, I'm not a Candela fanatic. I used to smoke weed out of Candelas. That was your Dutches. The green Dutch, that's
Mhm.
a Candela.
What's the other shit?
That's a
Wait,
type-
What's the green
That's a
Dutch?
type of
Cigar or the type of cigar?
Candela is because it wasn't dried out or aged as much as your regular as other leaves. So it's still green.
Oh,
So
got you.
the Ligero is the very top leaf, and that's why it's the darkest because the sun beams down on it the most. Anything that's lower underneath the plant is
The who?
more of a lighter leaf.
The who?
Ligero.
Get it when it keeps you up at night.
Interesting.
The cigar keeps you up at night.
There are cigars
Some
where
of them.
you'll be like, you're not gonna go to sleep. It's just that much tobacco, nicotine in it.
Yeah.
It's tobacco. Wired. What helps it is a Coke or a Pepsi.
Yeah. You gotta drink
You gotta drink.
You got to basically drink caffeine to kind of knock it down.
Just like when they say when you drunk,
You
drink a beer,
drink a beer.
drink something to help it. It's kind of same thing.
That's interesting right there. You learned something. I learned a lot today.
Definitely learned a lot today about the little slogan. They're gonna be like, "Oh, where you learn all that?"
All right, so all right. I've never smoked a cigar before. Suggestions.
I would say
Romeo and Juliet.
Nah, I wouldn't even say that.
That's
I would
not.
say that.
For
Listen,
beginner.
Romeo and Juliet.
That's how I
Juliet
started.
is not a bad cigar.
Nah, I wouldn't.
That's how. I mean, that's how I started.
After a while, your
Yeah, but you don't
palate
even
changes
like it no
because
more.
You know what you're doing.
An underground shade.
I would do that.
Underground shade.
I would do
The
an
sun
underground
grown?
shade, a shade of underground.
Underground shade.
The Romeo and Juliet.
So underground shade. What was that when you said?
Romeo and Juliet. Powerful. And this is a medium. And I don't usually smoke medium.
The most powerful.
And you would recommend that for a beginner smoker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what is that called?
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
That's a Cuban.
That's different.
That's a Cuban.
And is that considered mild or medium?
That's
This is a medium.
That would be medium.
That's a $15, $20 cigar right there. 25. Okay.
depending on where you get it.
Well, right. Boxes.
It's unfortunate.
See,
The
for
gray
me-
market. I got some websites for you. The gray market is definitely where you
for
should
me,
start
the
buying.
input they give you is what they would give.
What we gonna talk?
I would tell you, that's just me. Start with a flavor.
No.
I would.
So no,
Because
so you
listen,
can't
hold
say
on.
no.
Hold on. I've had people that started with a mild cigar and they don't like it.
Because
But you
it's-
give them a little
it's
flavor
disgusting.
and they like, okay, I can do this. They like, okay, a little sweetness, a little taste. I listen, but that's because you've been smoking for a
Not
while.
even just that. So in the
And then they
beginning,
graduate.
in your beginning stages of smoking cigars, if you smoke something like this, you're gonna have a dry cotton mouth because you're not used to that harshness. So
Mhm.
if you smoke something with flavor, you're gonna still have the salivation in your mouth.
To kind of get them like acquainted
Get
with
your
the
palate
cigar. Yeah.
used to it. It takes a long. Some people it's short. Some people it takes years to get
Wow,
to get your palate up
where
there.
the fuck I'm at, man.
Yeah, like the knowledge that I
like
had,
the
it takes a while. It wasn't overnight, but I like to perfect anything that I do. So
I just got into upsetters.
Hmm?
I just got into upsetters. So I started with flavors only.
Yeah.
But,
And then you switched.
Yeah.
So
like-
would you go back and smoke a flavor right now? Is the question.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah?
Some,
No.
now let them. It's
I'm still.
Oh, you gotta feel it.
Oh, look at that. We got a female.
Look.
I was just about to say I
Got
wish
you,
we had
smoker.
female smokers in
There
here.
you go. Here you go.
And she a smoking leaf.
so this right here for a beginner. This is your
Is that a
Java.
mint?
This is
It's
the
a mint?
mint. This
It's
is
a
Java mint. You got your coffee. You got your chocolate Javas.
You know
This is-
what?
This is a Sweet Jane, Elise
My
or
man.
Alice. You got your fat bottom Betty's. You have your anything from Sweet Jane. It's
Yeah.
good.
Also, we
You got
skip
your Tatianas.
we
They
skip
come in four
Delicioso.
flavors.
We skip Delicioso for flavors for people that want to start with flavors.
Yeah, I would say
You have a lot of women that start with flavors
they should.
and then they graduate. And they go to
Some.
something strong. Some. And they go
Yeah.
to something strong.
Like we know female. Well, I met her through you, and she's a Fuente fanatic just like me, and her Opus game is way
She
past
should have
mine.
goddamn been here. And her
Opus game is-
Fuente
And my
collection
Opus game is up,
fire.
but her Opus game is way past mine. Oh man,
Fire.
she had 20th year anniversary Opus Fuentes before I even had one. I was like, I've been trying to get my hand on it. I was going to pay $120 for the stick.
I mean,
So
she
we ended up
paid-
trading
she
a
paid
good
whatever
stick.
for the box. The
Well,
gift.
it was a
Like
big
10
yeah, it was a
10
bad
cigars in there.
yeah.
Her Fuente collection was fire.
You know, we touched on liquors, we touched on
Yeah,
coffees and tea.
But hold on. We got a female that walked in here. I don't know if she want to answer some of my questions in here, but
There are good beers out there. Don't think that
Don't
just
worry, I
because
wasn't gonna
the beer
keep
is
it vague.
disgusting.
Nah,
There
there's a
are
lot of
beers
great
that
beers.
have
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of great beers
14,
out there.
18% alcohol in it.
Yeah.
ABV.
And even flavoring wise, it's a
Yeah,
lot of
so
good beers.
Don't think about stouts and stuff like that, but there are beer collectors out there, craft beers, and there are some good craft beers out there.
that people pair with the
Yeah, I
cigars.
have a buddy of mine that I know of, and he collects beers, and when he travels out of the
Drop
country,
something.
he's going to
Got
most
it.
of the beer places.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm talking about he's had stuff that was like 22 ABV, and that's a high proof of for a beer.
Yeah,
But there are good beers out there. Just like there's good tequila out there, there's actually good vodka out there as well. It's just, are you going to
Yeah,
try
you
it
know,
out? Are you going to pay the money? You know what I mean? So every class of a person is gonna have your different
Got
and
you,
what
got
you
you.
want to consume.
Okay. You all right over there?
Yeah. It's not often I bring my glasses out.
Yeah, I
And
made
that
a
is a
bring
nice
glass.
glass.
I
Let me
forgot the
say.
glasses today, but I was like, yo, Still at home? Yeah, I'm about to head out now. You'll bring your glasses.
Gotcha.
Gotta
He
bring
said,
them.
"What glasses you got?"
I got the diamond ones. Bring them.
I got the diamond ones. I had the other ones with the cigar holder on it, but that has
I
my
seen
name
some of
on
those.
it.
The
Yeah,
glasses with the
a
cigar
holder on
with
it.
the
Yes, it's a
and
little
you can
scoop in it. And
Not a
put
fan
the
of it.
cigar.
boom, stick the cigar in.
Not a
and
fan
it
of it.
sits.
I love the Norman glass.
Nolan's
It's a
Nolan
diamond
glasses
glass. I
and your
wanted
Glen
this,
Cairn glasses
and
for your
it
whiskey.
doesn't leave the house, but
Yes, sir.
I brought my glass.
Norman glass.
The lifestyle and the hobby, it does get expensive, but it's a whole bunch of different shit to experience and go.
Yeah, you rub elbows and
It becomes addicting.
it does.
Yeah.
But with cigars and whiskey, you rub elbows with some people that might help you out. Like,
Have y'all-
you just never
Exactly.
know.
Have you?
It's a conversation piece too.
Yes, you have.
That's a fact.
It's
That's
definitely-
a whole fact.
I'm not a fan of Matadors.
Excuse us, okay?
I have gone to Matadors. Gone to Matador cigar lounges. I'm not a fan of Matadors because when you go into a Matador, it's
What
who
is
has
that?
the biggest nuts.
What's a Matador?
Matador is a
Cigar
is
lounge.
a cigar lounge.
Franchise.
It's a franchise.
Okay.
But what happens is you have some uppity guys that's in there. Is all they want to talk about is their Ferraris, their Bentleys, what they closed out for the day, what they sold for the day, the stock market, and things like this. When we come into our cigar lounge, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to hear that shit all day. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? So you have your cigar lounges that you want to go to, and it's uppity. You have our cigar lounge that we're
Unless you're
comfortable.
telling me how I can close out and get a Ferrari. Shit, I don't want to hear it.
So, have y'all noticed an age thing with cigars, or
Oh man, I love it now. I see a lot of young men in it now. I love it.
Hold on, you got to correct that. You see a lot of young people in it now. You can't just
I
say
wanna
young
say-
men because this podcast is about. There's young women in it too.
Very true, very true. But I'm happy that I see young men into it. Women. To me, women are always going to be a little bit more advanced in life than we are and safer. When you see a young man come into a cigar lounge and he's not on the street, I feel good about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a
That's a fact.
different
You know what I'm
thing.
saying? We got a young guy that comes into I'm not disclosing that right now, but we
Yeah.
got a young guy that comes into a
I was-
spot that we
I was smiling when he
that
first
we
came in
be
there. I
at.
was like, wow.
humble,
Love
he
it.
speaks, no problem.
Young, humble, quiet, but he speaks. Real cool cat. Real good man right there. And I like
he
to see
found something that he likes.
Yeah.
so the
It's a different kind of vibe.
younger
you know what I mean?
generation starting to get into it now?
Yeah, because like he said, he can
That's
be out
what's
there
up.
doing anything.
That's
He's
what's
sitting
up.
there relaxing. He's smoking. He's chopping.
And then
it up,
plus
he's
you got
running
the
something.
I don't want to say the old heads, but you got the older ones educating the younger ones and
That's a
stuff
fact.
like that. Not just in cigar, but in life too. Because you said it's a conversation piece. It's a conversation piece all the time when everybody's outside, whatever. It brings people together. It's a different kind of vibe at the end of the day.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. Smoking Leaf and Smoke Kings, we turn the cigar lounges out.
That's a fact.
That's a whole
Old
thing.
mama in there.
Have y'all
Dominoes
seen like?
there.
Have
We
y'all
play
seen?
dominoes at the cigar lounge we go to? We play dominoes. Tell me how many cigar lounges out there that you know that you can go walk into and play.
I don't know of any. I was about to
Absolutely
ask.
none.
Has it been like a fluctuation of cigar lounges recently, or
It depends.
I've been to different cigar lounges.
A lot of cigar lounges I know is BYOB. Bring your own bottle because I know you can't sell tobacco and alcohol in the
Unless
same
you're
place.
grandfathered in.
Yes, I taught you that.
Yeah, that's before the whole lockdown, whatever. So I know
It
before.
was way before the lockdown.
Yeah.
What happens is
Because I know I was supposed to open up a lounge, and then somebody my partner was supposed to do the cigar part, but then by the time we decided to do it, it was no more. You can't do both.
well, not only is if my big
Can't
bro
do the
and my
liquor and
boy
the,
Ahmed is my big bro, but we're all business partners. So you have me, Steve, Ahmed, Streets, and we're all business partners at the end of the day. That's a fact. The thing with cigar lounges and food and tobacco, it's not the same anymore. Especially New York has one of the
Mhm.
hardest rule states that's in the United States,
Yep.
which is New York and California. We cannot have cigars, food, and alcohol in the same establishment, but you can have
Being sold.
cigar. You can have tobacco and wine and beer in the same establishment, or if you do have a food establishment, you can smoke cigars on the roof. Or so it has to be separated from each other, unless you are grandfathered in, like he said. Like
Yeah,
Soho
because I know
has
there are some that's
Soho
been.
Cigar Lounge.
Soho
There are
Cigar
three places
Lounge.
in New York.
Because I've been to Soho Cigar Lounge where they had, I surely had liquor and they
food.
sold cigars
and they
and
sold
food.
That's grandfather. And if you ever wanted to buy into something like that, you won't be able to unless they sell it to you, and that's multi-$1 million.
That's a
Mm.
fact. That's a fact. But
It's very hard. And with the cigar lounges right now, if you ever notice, there aren't a lot of black-owned cigar lounges in New York.
Yeah,
Like in the South,
I
you'll
have
find-
noticed.
So
I
New
have
York has
noticed.
stopped the tobacco license and the
Mhm.
liquor license. It hasn't since right before Obama.
Mhm.
They stopped it. It's hard to, you have to get grandfathered. And most of the people that have those licenses are not really black. They're
which is why
Indian,
you see BYOB.
whites. You know what I mean? So the BYOB thing also is a big thing where it's really not legal.
Yeah. Well, you bought your shit.
That's a
Well,
loophole.
yeah, we're gonna throw that in.
You know what I mean?
too.
It's a
Might as
loophole.
well.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because tobacco and alcohol is not supposed to be within the same combine, and you're not supposed to
Get
have.
up and get that.
But you
I'm
have
gonna
a
do
place
that.
like the Cave Cigar Lounge where they have that one part of the license to where they can actually sell you. Well, you can bring your own bottle, but they can give you, they can serve you ice.
Here, hold that for me. Turn it this way. There you go.
Yeah, that we call that's known as a tabletop humidor.
You got another
Both
one
of these.
here. It's for you. Hold that there. You take a gander at that. As Brandon would say. Take a gander at that. Take a gander at that.
So
All right,
yeah,
so explain these to me.
these are your tabletop humidors. So this one
How do
right
you
here
open
has
it?
an analog.
That one might have a. Does that have a lock on it?
Yeah, it has a lock on it.
Is it locked?
It may be locked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, it's not. It's open.
So with these are good humidors, but they're not the best. The reason why is it doesn't hold the best seal. But when you have an edge like this or an edge like that, it's actually good. It holds a seal.
So this is like
Yeah, for
into.
myself, insulated seal is rubber or I forget the name of the other material. But that is it'll still hold, and that's
But can't you just, if
You
you
can
got
do
a
it,
regular,
Joe.
you just go to Home Depot and just get some sealant and
Line
put
it.
it around it, line
Line it.
and you'll be all right.
the
right?
lock is what help that lock on it is what helps
You don't want
to
put
keep it
that
down.
around it because it's chemical.
Okay. Okay.
Depends.
That shit will.
Depends.
It does depend, but that's similar.
Your
to
rubber
rubbing
seals
the wood
is not
down
bad.
with
Rubber
cognac
seals aren't
whiskey.
bad.
It's going to infuse into the
If
cigar.
you want to make sure that any humidor that you have, it has cedar in it. So it should be cedar wood, not oak wood, any other wood, because those are woods that hold more moisture than any other wood. So you have cedar is your perfect. It's just
If you
the
smell
wood that
like
you're supposed to
smell
have.
the cedar,
You can
There
smell
go.
the cedar.
That's
Even
why-
like
that's
the
why-
cigar
that's
with
why-
cedar.
that's why.
Hmm.
That's why.
You'll see that in
the
most
cedar
cigar
also
lounges.
enhances the flavor of the cigar.
It enhances. It holds the
You have
humidification the right
just
way.
showed us something with cedar in it. Your Tupperware.
Yeah, his top.
Oh, yeah.
Some cigar lounges you'll go to where you'll see strips of cedar. in the
Cedar
cup.
sticks. Yeah, cedar
You
sticks.
can light your cigar with the cedar. You like the cedar?
Gives you a little bit more flavor.
Light your cigar.
So being a piece of plastic, you keep this in it. This
Okay, and
happens
that's
to come
piece of
from a
cedar.
Portuguese
You got the Portuguese box?
cedar box. Yeah. And it also helps keep the humidity.
Yeah.
Also.
That's what's up.
So what happens is when you
That's-
what is it? Humidors.
This is that-
When you
that-
first buy a
I'll move
humidor,
it.
you don't want to just throw your cigars in it.
I know
You have the seasoning. You have the seasonal wood with distilled water. You rub it down. You leave it for about a few days
What the hell?
until your
100?
humidification gets to the point that it's supposed to be at.
Yeah.
So it come with directions or something, or
It comes.
you're supposed to know that by now.
It won't come with directions. Most
So-
humidors that I see,
That's a
they
what?
don't come with directions.
Humidor tester.
So you're supposed to
I don't
know
even
that.
have one of those.
A
You go
humidor
online, you know what-
tester?
yeah, you learn it through the humidity.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Humidity of the cigar.
And your
So
temperature.
this
for
is
your
a
cigars-
humidor tester, and it tests the humidity of the cigar.
Yes.
It's a hygrometer.
Hygrometer.
Hydrometer.
Which
Hopefully I said-
hygrometer?
Hybrid.
You put this.
Which is similar to
You put this
what's on
inside
the front of that.
humidor. Humidor.
That's a hygrometer on the front of that.
Oh yeah, the
Okay.
bigger thing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is electrical. Okay.
This is a digital battery operated one. This is what I
Yeah, I have a Bovida one that's ran that's monitored through an app. That's the Bovida one.
Nah, this is digital.
You can use the
It's the same one as this one?
With the hygrometer.
Yeah.
To see. To
Oh, that's
get
a small
the
one.
right
Yeah, I leave
humidity
that
for your.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So that's one that you can get off of Amazon. It'll come in a pack of 2 to 3
And you don't want
sometimes.
to ruin your,
buy
your
a single.
smokes too. So
It's
you
a
gotta
very
make sure you
cheap one,
have
but
all
it
that
works.
stuff.
You don't want your cigars in any temperature above 72 degrees.
That's right.
So between 65 and 72 or 70, some people do 75 degrees.
Okay.
It's not bad. So you always want your humidification and your temperature somewhere close to each other. So I do 65% humidification and nothing over 72 degrees of temperature.
You want to jump into Beatles as we just go? Let's just keep going.
Oh, cigar
You want
beetles?
to jump into cigar Beatles?
Oh,
Never
see,
heard that.
cigars?
You heard that?
I
What's
ruined that.
cigar beetles? What's that? What
So,
song?
so what happens is with cigars. So with the tobacco cigars, with cigar tobacco, the leaves are clean, but it's not thoroughly clean because you want that naturalness to it. You know, it's pure tobacco.
Okay.
So what happens is these cigar leaves, they'll have beetle eggs on them, and you'll never know it. You won't see it until you open a cigar, and you have to really look into
You
it.
see the holes in the
And you'll never know about this until
tobacco.
it happens. So I actually purchased.
I'm assuming that's the bad. That's a bad.
It's a bad thing. Yes. If you have
You
it
can
in your
freeze them
cigar,
out.
yeah, you should freeze. If you buy cigars from online or if you buy them from out of the country, the best thing is you freeze it for a week. You take all those cigars, you put them inside the freezer in the a Ziploc bag, and you freeze them for about a week.
Mm-hmm.
Then you throw them out for a little bit, and you toss them in cigar in humidor and let it sit for X amount of time. I actually had a cigar that was ruined. I found in DR 2008 Opus Sharks. Yeah, one of mine, and they're rare because after a while, Fuente stopped making a certain type of Opus. You know what I mean? So I purchased these cigars for $35 each, $32 each.
Was it?
And yeah,
We got the 28.
was it 28?
Got the 28.
I sold them for each one I sold for $100 a piece. So I'm a big flipper when it comes down to tobacco and cigars. But I have 3 of them, and unmonitored, one of my humidors, it got too hot, and the hotter it gets, it gives it more. It gives that tobacco beetle time to grow, or what do you call it? Hatch. Excuse me. And I've had a cigar that actually hatched, and I looked at it one day about a week ago, and I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, I have cigar beetle. So I quickly threw all my stuff in the freezer.
Gotta kill it.
Put them back in.
Quick.
You gotta kill it quick. But you have to throw that cigar out.
Since you're on that, talk about the plume.
Plume is a type of fungi.
Plume and mold.
It is a mold. No, it's not different.
It's a little
Plume
different.
is a mold.
It is.
There's a difference.
It's a little different.
There's a difference. If you have mold on the foot, it's not plume. Anything that's on the bottom of the foot of the cigar is not plume. That is mold.
Straight mold.
You don't want to smoke that anymore. You want to throw that cigar out because if it's on the foot, that means it's inside.
There's
inside
no
of the
cutting
cigar.
that bottom off.
No.
You're gonna smoke that shit.
Because it's already embedded inside.
It's embedded inside of it. So plume will sit on top. You can wipe the plume off, and it'll actually disappear off the cigar.
Okay.
If you wipe mold off, and you still see the spurs, then it's mold. Mold is spurs.
Yes,
It's fungus spurs. That's what that is.
Plume is usually white.
It's usually white.
Yes, it's a white opaque color. Yeah. Mold. Well, if you look
white,
at
green,
it's
black.
white, green, black. Yeah, you have different type of molds. So that all comes down to how you store your cigars as well.
Gotcha.
So
Well, we don't have that much time. I wanted to ask. We do have one female here. I wanted to ask, like, what is your go-to cigar as for a female smoker? Like,
I got a couple questions too.
oh, you don't have a. I was ask, do you have a favorite? Okay. Okay.
Sometimes it could be, I come home, it could be a leather rose, it could be a flathead. It depends on my mood and what I snatch out. I didn't even know it first. I don't look, I just pull it out and
That's what I'm smoking.
How'd you
smoking it is what it is.
How'd you get into cigars?
How did I get into it?
Yeah.
My son is 25. It's about 22 years ago. My first one was the Al Capone cognac dip cigarella. So
Al Capone cognac dip cigarello.
Cognac dip.
I was like, okay,
Flavors.
this is cool. And then I kept going and going.
So that was
Going
that's a
on my
flavored cigar.
That's a flavor.
Okay.
I didn't smoke them at all. My dad was a big marijuana smoker.
Mhm.
Wasn't my thing. So went out with the guys I used to work with at the bank at the time, and they were doing it. I said, all right, let me try it. I tried that. I said, all right, this is a little too sweet for me. I need something else. So my grandfather smoked, and my my grandfather is Bayesian, so it was okay. We got these from the islands.
Okay.
Family came from DR. We smoked everything. So by the time I got to be like 20,
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
it was a little more expensive of what I smoked. It was just not a place where females could go smoke. I would smoke with my dad in the house, my uncles, my grandfather, guys I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked on Wall Street. So to see a black woman in the places with white men and other black men who were established at that time, it was like, you're not supposed to be here, but I'm here.
Yep.
So I did it. It was fun. I liked it. And how I got here was this gentleman right here. Come on, I know you do it. Let's bring it on in. So that's
So are you like a full body, mild, medium?
I have all of them.
Oh, okay.
I tried different ones. They've given me different ones. I don't turn any of them down because, like I said, it depends on my mood. The sweet ones are if I'm just in a quick mood to just get it over with, but I like the bold, not flavored, heavy ones.
Okay.
With a nice cognac, Hennessy, some whiskey, some bourbon, whatever.
See, look, you hear the word Hennessy?
You
You heard it.
right
Yeah.
now.
I want the judge.
Got champagne.
No, it's Prosecco in the judge.
Okay.
So
You spoken to judge right now?
yeah, I'm smoking the judge
My
right now.
father's.
I know you don't like them.
Yeah, I'm not a my father's fan.
Really?
It's
Not even the Jaime Garcia?
AJ Fernandez, Jaime Garcia, my father's. I'm not.
Those are good for beginners, though.
Yeah, very.
That's a good
That.
beginner cigar.
My father's and Jaime Garcia's are good, and AJ Fernandez are good cigars for beginners. Not saying that they're bad cigars. So this is the thing. Some people get that messed up. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that's a bad cigar. That's just not my. Yeah, that's not my go-to.
This was a snatch out the jaw.
I have a few judges still at home. They've been sitting for
It
years.
was a snatch out the jaw. I came home, I opened the jar, pulled it out. My network went down at work, so it was a.
And you got small. They're short, so it's small.
So let me ask you a question. What would be a cigar smoker startup kit for someone like me who doesn't smoke and I want to get into the lifestyle? A cigar smoker startup kit. What would you suggest?
A lighter cut.
I was about
Lighter
to
in the color.
say, from the show right now, you need a cutter with the two sides.
And your own
Hold on.
cigar.
Your
Your own
So,
cigar.
A startup kit would be you have plastic cutters. It's actually metal and plastic. Those are about $5 each. You don't have to get this torch right here is 100 and some change. Right.
Or you can just, if you go on Amazon, you'll get a travel case and 3 cutters for like $25.
Right.
You can get a OK torch from your local tobacco shop for $3, or they may throw it in. For
And a
Flame.
torch is better than a regular lighter.
Yeah,
But
this
You
is
can't
the
use a
biggest
lighter.
thing. So hold on. And I've been saying this for a while. If you watch some of these blenders, and some of the master blenders or the rollers in these factories, they use big lighters.
Mm-hmm.
The whole torch thing is not a myth, but what happens is
It just
burns-
lights, it burns
it
better.
burns the butane quicker. As long as that butane is burning to where you don't get the impurities into the, because you can actually taste butane.
Mm.
Just like if you light a grill and you put all that lighter fluid on there, and you
Yeah,
go
taste
and
that
as soon as you throw the burgers and stuff on there, you bite into it, you can taste the
It's like a Zippo lighter. When you flick a Zippo and you like something, you can taste that
Yeah.
from a Zippo lighter. So you have to have, like I said, you go on Amazon, you can get the whole kit and a torch for.
You get your little bum ass single flame.
Right.
Your little bum ass
For
single flame,
$35,
and then you be like, I want a
and
double
that's
or a
just
triple or a quadruple flame.
quad flames.
Instead of bum ass.
I like quad and triple.
This
Well, if you
What's
get it
this?
from
It's a single
local
flame.
tobacco
What we got here?
shop, you get
So that's a bum ass single.
This
flame.
a vertigo?
It's
It's not a vertigo. This is a vertigo.
This
This is dual flame.
That's a dual flame.
This is a single. But single.
Yeah, so make sure if you're gonna smoke as a beginner, make sure you get your ass a flame, a torch
right.
instead of a regular lighter.
It doesn't really matter about how fast you light your cigar.
minute.
When you're lighting your cigar, you really don't want to char it. you're just burning or heating the foot of the cigar, just the bottom part. So
Toast.
you're getting,
Let's use the correct
you
language.
toast it.
Toast.
Well, yeah, okay, we can say you toasted the foot. So you want to keep the flame as far as possible, and you see how it's lighting, it's toasting. You don't need the flame on top of it because all you're doing is you're burning the tobacco. You're going to get that harsh taste. So as long as you're heating it up, the flame is what's the heat from the flame is what's heating it up. You know what I mean? That's what's going to light it.
Because you can't really see that flame.
You definitely can't see that flame.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
because it's a
Right
blue
here,
flame. It's
I
not.
guarantee you,
See that?
it's still there.
You can't see
Still there.
it.
You can't look.
see it.
See how high I am? You see the embers, and it's still going. So you got some guys out there. I've given guys some of my torches, and they go to burn, they light their weed, and they're like this, like, oh yo, like yo, bro, this is a torch. It's a different ball game.
Yeah,
Burn
torches
your
and
eyebrows.
lighters are
It's a
two
ball
different
game.
things. Two different things. Every smoker should know that. That's common sense.
All right. I want to thank Rue. I want to thank Inf. I want to thank you guys for really coming out. I want to thank Smoking Leaf Cigar Lounge for letting us host our show here.
I've been educated.
Smoking Leaf Cigar.
I feel like I could
Smoking Leaf Cigar Club. I'm sorry. I want to thank you guys for allowing me to host my show here today. This is our first live audience show, whatever. It actually turned out really good. I appreciate you guys. We were very much educated. Your knowledge
Very
is
much so.
impeccable. I applaud you. Thank you very much. But yes, of course, this is our special episode, which was called Sex, Whiskey, and Cigars. But make sure you guys tune in each and every Friday at 9 p.m. You can watch us live via YouTube and also watch us after or listen to us on YouTube. The shows are still aired. You can always go back and replay the shows or follow us on, don't forget to follow the Evening Rush Network on YouTube and look for Sex, Love, and Alcohol. You can also hear and watch us on iHeartRadio, Pandora, iTunes, Twitch, oh God, all podcast networks you can think of. We're on all of them, Anchor. So don't forget, each and every Friday at 9 p.m. So thank you for tuning in to Sex, Love, and Alcohol with me, your girl, Crissy, and Dutch.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all for having me.